Rewind. Hey y'all, happy Locked and Loaded live. Okay, we're gonna play some more music. We're gonna play some more music. Hey Facebook. Hey YouTube. If you want the best products, the Locs, peculiar roots, them are the best. As you are coming in, let me know who's joining. Let me know where you're joining from. If it's your first Locked and Loaded live, let me know that as well. Hey y'all. Hey, Coco. That made me think of Coco Melon. Hey, Stacy. Hey, little brown mama. Hey, China Doll. Hey, Erica. Hey, Matriarcha. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Come on in the room. Tonight's going to be juicy. It's going to be so juicy that I have a lot of misspellings on my... I'm trying to read y'all tonight, but I can't read y'all with misspellings on my stuff, right? So if you're joining for the first time, my name is Tara, founder of Peculiar Roots, where we make amazing builder-free products for your locks. And we go live every single Thursday, same time, same place. I may be late, but y'all still show up. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But we come every Thursday and I give you some tips and tricks and treats on how to take care of your crown. Tonight is no different. Tonight's topic is going to be fire. It's going to be fire. It's going to be juicy. Y'all going to get in your feelings. Hold on, Facebook, because Facebook, I look like a white girl on Facebook. Hold on. There you go. Much better. Much better. All right. So tonight, who knows tonight's topic? Hold on, y'all. Girl, I don't have no time to change that. I don't have no time to change that, T. It is what it is. They're going to know that it was... I'm already giving you guys a warning. A lot of typos, because I literally just typed this up so y'all could see it clear. But we going to do this, right? So number one, what we're talking about tonight is 5 reasons you should not get locks. 5 reasons you should not get locks. Can y'all retype that in the comment section? 5 reasons you should not get locks. And I know you're probably confused, like, why are we discussing 5 reasons we shouldn't get locks? I either already have locks or, girl, what are you doing? Like, this is not what I came here for. This is not what I came here for. Like, ma'am, what is this? What is tonight? Like, but we're discussing 5 reasons you should not have locks. And why am I doing this? I'm like, you know what? The questions that we've been getting, like, on the regular, or the things that we've been seeing in terms of like just comments and different opinions on social media, I really had to go back into my vault and I had to think, why are people getting locks? Why are people getting locks? Like, if you're having these issues that you're having, it stems back from the reason of you not knowing why you got locks in the first place, and you weren't pre-warned. You just had no clue. You just jumped on in the pool. And so for those who are watching and you're maybe not locked yet, or you're having second doubts, this is for you. This is for you, right? And to also dismiss a lot of the stereotypes that we hear, we're going to unpack all of that tonight. And if you're new, also, if you have your questions, if you're on Instagram, you could just use that question button, put in your questions from now. If you want to be anonymous, you can do that. Is the now thing. Yes, put in your questions. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can start putting in your questions as well. But tonight we're discussing 5 reasons not to get locks. And like I said before, I just typed this up. So y'all, like 5 minutes before, 2 minutes really, before I got on here. So on Instagram, just don't look at the typos. Like, I know what I typed wrong already. I was trying to look cute for y'all, but whatever. So the first one should have been you're not going to at least attempt to research anything first. That's number one. Number one, 5 reasons you should not get locks. If you're like, I'm not even going to attempt to like figure out what's going on, I'm not going to attempt any of this stuff, then just don't get it. Don't get it. If you have no time to say, let me just sit my butt down and figure out why I'm gonna get locks, red flag. There's like a trend on social media now and it says like red flags. This is a red flag. If you're not gonna attempt to research what you're about to put in your head for long term, then just don't get it. All right, so that's number one. If you're just joining, we're discussing 5 reasons you should not get locks. And don't look at me like I'm crazy. 5 reasons you should not get locks. If you're not going to take the time to at least attempt to research anything at all first, don't get it. Like, it's not time. Just go sit this one out. Sis, come back, revisit it when you're ready. Now is not the time. That's number one, right? You have to at least be dedicated to commit to, hey, let me at least look at how the process begins. What is the best method for me? How big do I want my locks? What type of locks do I want? Do I want to, maybe start off the traditional way with maybe a coil twist or whatever? Like, however there's so many ways now you can start your locks. But whatever it is, you at least have to cover the basis of what you want for yourself. You can't just put it on social media and say, social media, should I get locks? We don't know. We don't know, man. We don't know what you want, right? So the first thing I want you guys to commit to is at least attempt to research first. Can you guys agree with that one? That you're going to at least attempt, well, not you guys, because you guys already have locks, right? But for those who are watching and you're probably thinking about it, at least attempt to research first, right? Number two. You guys ready for number 2? Let me get my next slide. Number 2. You are not committed. Number 2, you're not committed. If you are not committed to the process, do not get locks. If you are not going to be committed to the process, do not get locks. And this is a big misconception in the lock community because we are told like lock is super low maintenance. You don't have to do anything. You just get up and go, wash your face and go. And though that is true for a lot of people, it also depends on the stage that you're in, right? Because if you're in the beginning stage, let's be real. If you're in the beginning stage of your lock journey, it's not get up and go. It's not get up and go because you're busy looking at the frizz. You're busy looking at why this lock is standing up there. You're busy looking at how this is going to look when you go to work. You're busy looking at how am I going to look when I go outside? Because it's traditionally, well, I don't even want to claim it as traditionally, but a lot of people call it the ugly stage, right? But we don't put claim on that. It's just the starter phase, right? You're here is literally trying to figure out what the hell you're trying to do to it. And so it's like, what is she doing? Like, she's not going to comb me. Just imagine this, right? Most of us on this live right now is probably over 30. So if you're over 30 and your hair is just used to you manipulating in a certain way, for the fellas, maybe your hair is just used to you cutting it. For the ladies, your hair may just be used to you getting some braids or throwing on a wig or whatever it is, but it's not used to you manipulating it with your locks, right? So it's a new transition for your crown and your scalp. Everything is really just trying to adjust in that first 3 months, right? So if you're not going to commit to that first 3 months and the process that and how that's going to look for you, then do not get locks, because it's going to look different for everyone. Right? You can't just look at your lock crush and be like, 3 months and my hair don't look like that. Like, when is this going to lock? Like, you got to be committed to the process, right? You have to be committed to the process. Again, if you're just joining, we're going over 5 reasons not to get locks. And don't worry, I'm not going to confuse you guys, because most of you guys on already have locks. But I really want us to start thinking about some of the questions that we're asking, because if you're asking these questions, then you really did not ask yourself all these things that I'm talking about right now to begin with, right? Number three, you won't trust the process, but you finna trust the internet more. Number 3, why you should not get locks. You won't trust the process, but you trust in the internet way more, right? You won't trust the process, but you trust in the internet more. What I mean by that is, you haven't even said to yourself, let me research someone, a platform, or something that I see giving out great resource, or I know they've shown proof of what they're saying to be true, that I'm going to at least commit to following this person, or I'm going to follow this method, or I'm going to follow what my loctician gives me, because that's a person that started my hair. You won't commit to that, but you're going to commit to the entire internet having a decision on your head. Right? So you're easily swayed. If you're easily swayed, and honestly, a lot of us are easily swayed when it comes to our hair, because again, we're just learning this new way of doing our hair. We're unlearning what we used to do, right? So if you, for example, like most of us, say we had perm, right? Say you had perm, you're coming from perm or wig or whatever, that's what you were used to. And so most of us, we went to the store, we just picked up a box of perm, right? You just pick up a box of perm, or you pick up a shampoo based on your budget, based on what you've heard your friends talk about. So you're still kind of, trusting others, right? Opinions and reviews and stuff like that. But with this process, you have to do a little bit more digging and a little bit more research, because as clear as you guys could see every time, like I do like a reel or a video, right? You guys see me like talking about stuff like using Dawn to wash your hair, and people out here using Dawn, and people out here using Febreze to spray their hair. And it is a thing. And some of us like laugh at it because you may have not think to do that. But a lot of us have seen someone maybe that you looked at as a trusted person that you're going to trust with the knowledge that's going to take care of your crown. And you may have seen somebody do it and you're like, oh, I've been following this person for years. They do it. I'm going to try it. And then the results don't work for you, right? So you definitely want to trust your process, right? Trust your process and not the entire internet, because internet could be very tricky. And I'm not saying that there's not good information out there. You just still need to take your time to research what information is going to work for you. All right. The next one, number 4 is, hey, Donnelly. Number 4 is, oops, wrong number 4. Where's my number 4, y'all? There you go. You don't like frizz. So number 4, you don't like frizz. Again, if you're just joining, we're talking about 5 reasons to not get locks, right? So if none of these things seem alarming to you, you're good. You're good. If none of these things are alarming to you and you have locks, you're good. You're in the right place. Hi, April. Thanks for joining. So number 4 is you don't like frizz. So who tell you say when you have locks, you're not gonna get frizz? I don't know who tell you that. Who tell you so? Say when you have locks, you're not gonna get frizz. It's a lie. It's a whole lie, right? It's a lie. You're not manipulating your hair as much. Of course, you're gonna have frizz. It's a part of the struggle. especially on the struggle bus for the first 3 months. It's a part of the process, right? You're gonna have frizz. So you can lay it down with all the gel, you could lay down all the product. You just add in stuff to your hair. That's all you're doing because it's gonna happen, right? So having frizz is a part of the process. So if you don't want to sign up for frizz, then Locs is not for you. If you don't want no frizz, Locs is not for you. It's a part of the process, right? Show me a person with Locs that don't have frizz. I'll wait. Okay. Now that we're all on the same page. And finally, the final one, and then I'm going to open it up for some open Q&A. Most of you expect growth overnight. You expect growth overnight. What I mean by that is, yes, when you have locks, you're not manipulating your hair. So yes, it grows, right? So a lot of the times when, especially when people see Black people with locks and it's super long, you immediately, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a big thing, like, oh my gosh, your hair is so long. But our hair is naturally going to be long. It just shrinks, right? So if you think about going back to when you had loose natural, a lot of us had loose natural. And when you literally stretch it, it was on your back, it just shrank, right? So with locks, it allows you to show some of your length as it grows naturally. And so it gives you, like, when you're looking again at the people that you admire and you're looking at their hair length, it becomes goals, right? And so when you start your lock journey, a lot of you guys start counting down to when your hair is going to get like that. Some of you may have a goal of shoulder length, your back, your butt, your knees, your toes, whatever, right? Whatever your goal is, the expectations are not realistic. So if you expect growth overnight and that's your sole reason for getting locks, don't do it. If you just want growth overnight and your sole reason for getting locks is growth, don't do it, right? Just don't do it. Because I can't tell you guys how many times we get hit up like, yo, well, you got to grow my hair. Not what you have to clean my hair. Like, come to think of it, nobody's ever asked us that. Like, nobody's ever asked us that. Like, sis, do you have something to clean my scalp? Like something that's going to really work to penetrate my hair follicles and, make it nice and clean. Nobody's ever asked us that. But yo, you got something to grow my hair? Like, well, you got to grow my hair. It's like, sometimes I feel like y'all trying to make me like a drug dealer, a hair dealer, right? What you got to grow my hair over there? What you got to grow my hair? How fast I'm gonna get this? Like, when it's gonna get to my knees? Like, you don't got nothing like that? And I'm like, what's your current regimen? How often do you wash your hair? What are you using on your hair? I don't do nothing, man. I don't do nothing. None of that. I don't do none of that stuff. I just like, what you got to grow my hair right now? What you got to grow my hair right now? This is our comments. Like, this is our DMs, y'all. And when you're really trying to dive into it to get to the root of the problem, right? The root of the problem, or get to your roots. Like, how's your roots looking? Can I see your roots? Can I see your roots? Can I see what's going on under that foundation to figure out how your hair can naturally grow healthy? Like, can we just get to that part? Right? So if everything that I just mentioned, the 5 things that I just mentioned on why you should not get locks, and I'm going to run through it really quick again for those that are just joining. Let me find my list. So the 5 things number one, reasons that you should not get locks, right? You're not going to at least attempt to research anything first, right? You're just going to solely rely on everybody and their mama to tell you what to do. You're not committed to the process. That's a huge thing. Locks is about commitment, right? Whether you like it or not, it's about commitment of time, commitment of going with the flow and seeing what your outcome is going to be, right? Because no 2-person lock look the same. No one locks out there look like mine. No one locks out there look like Stacy's or April. We all have different lock textures, lock type. Your locks just comes out differently. And that's the most beautiful thing about that. So you embrace that part of the journey, right? You won't trust the process, but you trust the internet more. That was number 3, meaning you basically go with the wind. You like go with the wind, right? I love when people, for example, when people see us lock brushing and they're like, I've never heard about lock brushing. Like, what is this? Like, what is this thing that you're doing? Like, I've been locked for this amount of years and I've never seen that. And I'm happy to indulge them in a conversation then because they're willing to learn, right? But if you just saw me brushing my hair and you like, that's it right there, whatever she's doing, I'm about to do without no research, without questioning, right? Then that's problematic because then you're just going to kind of just go with the wind of whatever resource you're getting, and you're just going to keep applying things that may not like have nothing to do with your here and where you're at in your journey, right? So just take your time to ask question and not just so quickly trust the internet and every new thing that you see coming about. And I'm going to talk about one new thing that I've been seeing lately circulating, and I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons of that. um the number 4 was you don't like your frizz, right? Locks, you're gonna have frizz whether you like it or not. It's a part of the process. You're gonna have frizz with your lock. It's a part of the process. You're gonna have frizz unless you gel it down every day, and still you're gonna have frizz, right? You expect growth overnight. So if you just started your locks yesterday, you by tomorrow you wake up and you're like, why is it not at my knees? I'm over this. Like, this is not what it's about. Like, you're thinking about it too much. Honestly, you would be surprised how fast and for those who are on here that just started their lock journey, let me know, like, how fast did your first 3 months go? How fast did the first month go? How fast did the first year go? It goes really fast. So if you're not thinking about it and just doing whatever is working for you in that period of time, you're going to be so surprised how fast a year goes, how fast 3 years go, how fast 10 years go. Someone said it best on one of our posts today. She was like, I stopped counting after 10 years. And that's why when you guys always ask me, like, how long you've been locked, I don't know. And I'm not finna go check Facebook history to find out right now, right? It's not that important to me. But I know I've been locked for over a decade, right? Because you're just having fun going with the flow. You're not worried about like the length and all those stuff. But it is okay to document those stuff. I'm not saying don't document those stuff. It's beautiful to see the transition. Just don't become so obsessed with it and affixed with it where it starts affecting your mental, it starts affecting your day-to-day activities. Then that's just way too much, right? So those are the 5 reasons I would suggest that you should not get locks if you are obsessing over those things, and it just really means you're not ready, and you should probably just take some time to make sure this is a decision that you're going to make, because you have to be committed to it, right? Yes, you can comb out your locks. It's not like now you can comb out your locks depending on how you get it locked. It's easy to comb it out, but again, it's going to take you time and effort to do that. And for those who's going to consult with someone professional, it's going to take you money. So just make sure the decision that you're about to make is what you want to make, right? If you're joining and you have a question, today I actually opened our DMs for questions. So I answered a lot of your questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go over some of those questions that I went through or went over in the DMs today, because maybe someone is either listening that want to ask that question, or you're shy or whatever. So a lot of the questions that we got today in the DMs was about starter locks, like how to maintain starter locks. If you go through our page, I literally have graphs, like a whole regimen you guys can follow. And again, your base foundation for you to follow is not exactly what you have to do, because your hair type might be different. The way you start may be different. And we have a community. So if you ever purchase from us, make sure you're in our Facebook community, because whatever stage you're in, I guarantee someone has passed that stage or going through that stage, so they can relate to you, and you can get more insight on what others are doing and what's working for everyone, right? Because we're always kind of surprised too about some of the questions that you guys are asking, or you're like, oh, I didn't want to ask that question. I just kind of let it be, right? We want you to ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. Like one of the posts I posted today about DMs, a lot of businesses say, don't DM us, like we're so busy. And that is true. Sometimes the DMs get really crazy, especially if you guys are asking the same questions. But it makes sense. If you want to purchase something, you need to know exactly how it works. So you can at least say, okay, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to commit to it, versus you buy a whole kit, never use it. It's just sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm going to finish this other stuff over here. And by the time you get ready to transition, the damage is already done, right? So make sure you ask your questions, and don't feel afraid to ask your questions. One of the trends, and Instagram, I don't know if you guys are frozen, but like, let me know if you guys can like hear me good on Instagram, because I feel like I'm frozen on Instagram. But one of the trends that I've seen lately, oh, sorry. One of the trends that I've seen lately talked about is moisturizing your locks with rainwater. And I talked about this a few weeks ago, right? Okay, thanks for confirming that. Moisturizing your locks with rainwater. Have you guys heard about that new trend? Moisturizing your locks with rainwater. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have heard of this new trend. Have you tried it? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Have you heard of the rainwater? I don't want to say rainwater challenge. It's like a rainwater moisturizer. Like, have you guys heard of that? So I've been seeing it circling around in a few Facebook group, and basically what they're doing is, say it rains, right? They'll catch, like back home we did that. Almost choked on my water. She said rainwater, no ma'am. Saw it, but definitely not trying it. So rainwater, back home, right? I know growing up, I'm Jamaican, if you guys don't know, but growing up back home, I know we used to catch rainwater, right? But it was not like, I don't recall like if it like I don't recall like using it for like anything like food or cooking. I think it was mostly, I'm trying to remember what we did with it. I think maybe like, I want to say washing clothes. I don't even remember, y'all. But I know we did it at one point, and I'm really trying to like honestly think about. Honestly, I've only heard it from you, and in New York, it's illegal to catch rainwater, supposedly. Oh, I gotta look that up. Haven't heard of it, but I love rain on my locks. Yeah. So, all right. So the trend basically is people are catching the rainwater, and they'll put it in like a spray bottle, and they'll just mist their hair with it daily. And apparently they're saying their hair is growing, it's moisturized, it's doing wonders for their hair, right? That's the thing, people are saying. So again, do your own research if you want to like try this trend. If you want to try this trend, it's on you, right? It's your hair. Do your research, see what works for you. But people are swearing by this method. Here's my thing, right? Because we always have to like, because I formulate my product, I'm always thinking scientific, like, science first. I'm always looking at science first, what works together, what can be mixed together, what components can be mixed together and actually works, right? And when you look at science, when you look at nature, when you look at the atmosphere, it's filthy. It's like there's no better, easier, there's no way to go around that. It is filthy, right? We're literally wearing masks right now because of COVID. It is filthy. It is not clean. I don't know what is in the air. Like, do you guys know what's in the air? We don't know what's in the air, right? It's literally a pandemic right now. It's a pandemic right now. You got to be smart. You got to use your brain. Stop jumping on shit that don't make sense. Okay. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back to y'all. Let me bring it back, right? Think about it, right? Do you remember going to school, right? And when the water evaporates, where does it go? Where does the water evaporate and go? Where does the air and everything, where does it evaporate and go? Where does it evaporate and go? Come on, enlighten me. Y'all went to science class. Essence said, I wouldn't even drink rainwater, so not on my locks. Where does the water go when it evaporates? The clouds. Eston went to class. It goes to the clouds, right? Where does the water go? The air, everything evaporates and it goes to the cloud. Then what happens? What happens after that? Who remembers? Who actually showed up to science class? What happens when the clouds burst? What happens when the clouds burst? What happens when the clouds burst? Let me know. You guys are really failing science right now. It rains. It rains, right? It rains. So let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back, right? Bring it back, right? It rains. The cloud bursts, it rains. But going back to, like, let's reverse it, right? What caused that rain? What air was that? What was that? Was that all clean? Like, we have to just think, right? We have to think. We have to think, right? I would only honestly at this point, so water vapor turns into clouds and the clouds poo and you got rain, right? So I would only honestly do that if I'm on a land by myself, breathing that air by myself. Yes, cloud filled with dirty water. Now, is it making sense now? Is it making sense now? Right? So when you logically, you put logic and science together and you start thinking about that, you're putting dirty ass water on your locks. Does it make sense now? You putting dirty water on your locks. Yeah, if you and I'm gonna, like, Tawana, remind me when it rains to, like, catch some water. I'm gonna do that. The next time it clean toilet water, I'm done. The next time it rains, right? And okay, and then the argument is, well, we don't know what the water we're drinking and we're cooking with is, how clean it is. Well, ma'am, that's why you got a filter. Buy a filter. Right? Next time it rains, I'm gonna catch some water. I want all of us to do this. The next time it rains, where you're at, catch some water, put in a bottle, look at the colors, let's see how it is, right? It's not gonna be black, right? But if you were to scientifically put that and look at the things in it, that's what you spraying on your hair. Essentially, like Essence said, clean toilet water. Clean toilet water. So my point is just this, right? We have to be careful of all the trends that we see and how we jump on them. Like I said, if clean toilet water is working for somebody's locks, and that's their business. That's their business. If clean toilet water is working for somebody's locks, that's their business, and they got to go to bed and smell that, not me. They got to go to bed and smell that, right? So just be mindful of trends that you're seeing before you hop on them, right? Be mindful, do your research. And you see how I just, like, diagnosed that issue with you? I just diagnosed that problem with you, right? That's how you got to do it. Like, just logically sit down and think about it, right? Okay, let's go into another one with lock brushing. It's very, like, taboo for a lot of people with locks. Like, if you brought a lock brush, right? If you took a lock brush, bought a lock brush, went to Jamaica, and you went up them hills, and you went to the Rastafarians, and you say, "Yo, I'm gonna bless you with this brush, man. I'm gonna bring you a Peculiar Roots kit. I got a lock brand. Here's this lock brush. I want you to indulge yourself in this. I want you to use it. It's gonna get rid of lint. It's gonna help you." Out of here, beer bumba clot. Out of here, beer bumba clot. All right. I'd have been cussed out. I would have been rolled off the hill, down the mountain, right? I would have been rolled back down, right? Because I know for a fact they're not gonna take to that. Like, you cannot bring a brush or a comb to a Rastafarian, period. right? But here's the thing. I wouldn't do that because I like my life. Just like I wouldn't offer them pork to eat. I like my life, right? But you also now have to look at their locks, right? Rastafarians normally don't have like smaller locks like this. They don't normally have uniform locks, right? They don't normally have traditional locks. It's normally like what you guys call wig now, right? Except that they don't even maintain it like that, but it's like really chunky. Is this it's just locked. They just let their hair locked. It's the best form of free form locks you'll see, right? And they just let it lock, and they'll go in the river and they'll wash their hair, and they probably will never moisturize and they'll never do any of that stuff. They just go with the flow, right? They probably just take some coconut oil and just rub it in their head, and that's their business. That's their business. That's their business, right? And they've been doing that for years. That's their business. She said, don't tell them because I love my brush. But that's what they would do, right? And so, yeah, I even see it here on our social media. A lot of times when I post me brushing my hair, I get a lot of cuss out with fire. I get a lot of fire and brimstone, man. Y'all don't be knowing. I get a lot of fire and brimstone, like bonfire upon you, no comb, no brush. Like I get all of that. It's fine because that's your business. You don't want to brush your hair. That's your business, right? But I found something that works for me and my family and y'all, my tribe, right? That works for us. So just research what works for you. A lot of people have come to us and said, you know what? I just didn't know what to expect. But after you talked about the benefits and I could see your hair, I could see your kids' hair, I went ahead and tried it. And I don't know how I was not doing this. Like, I don't know how I wasn't doing this for so many years. Right. And that's the joy of saying, okay, I'm going to take some time to research. I'm going to try it. I'm going to watch videos and I'm going to see how it works. So when people say to me like, oh, can I see a video to temporary hair dye? I want to see how easy it is. I want to see does it rinse out easily? Like, I can't get offended by that. How can I get offended by that? Like, I'm saying it does something. You want to see the proof, right? You want to see the proof. And so it's my job to give you that proof, that data to say, look, this is what I'm saying it does. And here's a proof that it does that. And again, if you're new to our brand, one of the things that I do personally is every product that you've ever tried from us, I've personally tested on my hair first. So before they launch, I'm testing it on my hair first. So one day, if I have bald head, it's because I tested something and it didn't go right. Right? Because I'm testing it on myself first. Right. And I don't play about that. I don't play about people's hair. So I'm going to test it on myself first. So if it works for me, I'm the proof. I'm the starter proof. And then and I'll tell you, like a lot of the times you guys DM us and you're like, what's going to work for me? And I'll tell you based on your hair type and what you're doing right now, what's going to work for you. And the unique thing about our company is because my family now has like 4 lockheads. And so I see 4 different types of hair texture, all those things. So I'm not going to just be thinking about my hair. I'm always thinking about different aspect of it. Right. So I can't with y'all comments. Yes, the brush definitely helps to keep the lint out. So one of the top reasons for the lock brush, when you're brushing, it keeps the lint out. Do I have my lock brush? Yes, I do. So one, you can use, so the question we also get asked, can I use just any lock brush? You can, but you want to just make sure it's a soft bristle brush. So that's where it gets complicated. And then when you guys see the brush, you're not considering those things, the type of brush, right? So it has to be soft. You see how my hand glides across this and it's not like, ouch, ouch, that's hurt. It's very soft. Right? You don't want something that's super hard bristle because then that's going to like really stuck itself into your hair follicles. And that starts to that's not going to be good for your locks. So you want something very soft, right? And then you're just going to brush. And the way you brush too, like you guys don't have to, don't do that. Don't don't do that. That hurts. Just gently brush your hair, like gently. Like someone, I think it was Jazzy who was brushing her starter locks on a video, and a lot of people were asking about that. And I said I recommend mature locks, but she's had locks before, so she knows her hair type. She knows what she's doing, and she's able to do it gently. If you look at that video, she literally did like this. She literally did like this, and that was it, right? You don't have to do like don't do that. Don't do that. Just do it very nice and soft. And that's all you need, right? So look at the techniques. If somebody's giving you a strategy or a method, look at the techniques and look at what they're using. Like there's so many questions that you guys need to be asking, right? So yes, we recommend a soft bristle brush. And literally, if you look at my brush, sometimes you can see the lint that it gets out, right? So you have to go back in and clean your brush, right? You want to clean your brush so you don't take out lint and then put it back in. So you want to also clean your brush as well. So just think about things like that. Research, commit, trust in the process more than the internet. You don't like Frizz obsession. Frozen, I might have missed it. Nope, you got it. You got it, Angie. You got it. Those were the 5. And you guys can always watch the replay once this is over. My 14-year-old is a lint trap. We bought the lock brush and it's so soft. We love it. It's great for her sensitive edges too. Yes, I agree. Kids for sure. Like if you guys have kids with locks, I highly recommend the lock brush. Like you don't even have to do a lot during their retwist because they're not going to allow you to. They're not going to sit there and make them look cute again until the next wash and the next retwist. So I literally run behind my kids with a bottle of refresher spray. And I'm spraying like that. And then I just brush. I just like Amir, especially because he has thicker locks. So I have to brush because who's going to be on the carpet rolling? Him. Like that's his life. He comes in the office and he just rolls. Kids are going to be kids. I'm glad you like it. I had to get hubby his own brush because he kept saying he loved my brush. Yes. Oh, so for the fellas, the brush is good for beard. So I actually I hide mine too, Stacy, when I'm at home. So we both have like 2 brushes at home. I hide mine because Carl will just be in the mirror doing this. Because it's that soft. You can use it on your beard. That's how you know how soft it is, because you can use it on your beard. It's really soft. So yeah, just make sure you guys are researching and feel free. Like I know we say that and I can't stress that enough. I feel like I'm talking to you guys and sometimes you guys are not listening. But when we say contact us if you have a question, we're not just saying that to sound cute. Like if you have a question, contact us. If you're not comfortable sharing it publicly, DM us, email us, like whatever it is, whatever method you want to choose, do it. Because at the end of the day, it's your hair, right? It's your hair. Because if in your mind, you're like, you know what? This is crazy. What is she talking about lock brushing? This don't make sense. I just started my locks yesterday. You're right. It doesn't make sense. And that's why we recommend lock brushing for mature locks. But if you had taken the time to ask that question, instead of saying, oh, that looks cool, I think I should get that too. I'm not going to miss out. And you didn't ask that question, then you're like, oh, damn it. It's for mature locks. Like I missed that part. Right. So I love when people are intrigued and you're like, what's the benefits? Like, I'm just really intrigued. Like, what is the benefit of that? Like, why are you doing that? It looks crazy, but you're here. It don't look bad. So there must be something to the madness. So what is the method to the madness, right? Ask your questions. Like you paying your money, ask your question. And on that note, we got 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I have a surprise for you guys. Are you guys ready for the surprise? If you're ready for the surprise, comment surprise in the comment section. Surprise, surprise. If you're ready for the surprise, comment surprise in the comment section. While you comment surprise, I'm going to the elite know the surprise already. But ready? I got a surprise for you guys.
Anything you want for your locks, peculiar roads of it for sure.
You guys ready for the surprise?
Rose water to moisturize your hair. Rose serum to grow your edges. Black charcoal shampoo to wash your locks.
Okay, I see the surprise coming. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Ashley. You guys ready for the surprise?
Oh my gosh, that left your body clean without a spark. Check out Peculiar Rose, them are the best.
PeculiarRoots.com. I like how he said peculiar. Okay, guys, so this has been a long time coming. This has been a long time coming. But you guys know we have the 4 rounds pomade, which is also available at Sally's stores and Sally's.com. Check it out. Get into it. Yeah. Get into it. Yeah. But you guys have been begging, not for this, but for this. You guys have been begging for this. Oh my God. I'm not frozen. I'm trying to take a picture for the cover. You guys have been begging for this. Do you guys know what this is? Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel like I just told you guys I'm pregnant or something. Like, you guys should be really excited. Like, oh my gosh, y'all. This is the 8 freaking ounce pomade. Shut up. Like, look at this. Look at what God has done for us. Won't he do it? Look at what God has blessed us with. Like, if y'all don't think God is good, and in the better don't ask me, wait. I'm going to start blocking y'all. Even if I love y'all, I'm going to block y'all. This is how y'all be. Look at Loc there. Now, if we could get bigger shampoos, I'm going broke. Haha. Sis. See, this is what y'all do to me. I give y'all something and I'm like so hype about it. And then y'all be shutting me down like, well, I think if we had this also, then that would make us complete, Tara. And then I give y'all that. Well, I think we should add another shampoo, Tara. What do you think about that? Oh, are you gonna bring back that kiwi oil, Tara? That should be back in an 8 ounce, Tara. Like, this is what y'all do to me. And then I'll be broke, right? Y'all be broke. I be broke. But the 8 ounce is here. It's so pretty. Like, hey, 8 ounce. Let me smell it for you guys. I'm gonna smell it for you guys. This is my. The Lord has blessed us once again. If you guys have not smelled the pomegranate pomade, it smells so good. Smell it, y'all. Smell it. Oh, so if you've never seen the texture, this is what it looks like. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oh, I was supposed to show. Are you on? I was supposed to show somebody how to retwist their hair today. Hold on. I got to like go home and wash my hair, y'all. But I'm going to show you guys. This is the consistency, right? It says build up, freeze, clear. You guys see that? It's not too gooky. So here's a few things, right? If you're new to our products, if you use, say, like the black charcoal shampoo or the ACV shampoo, those are clarifying shampoos. So they're definitely going to pull up everything that was in your hair is going to pull up, right? So you may have to definitely do like 2 washes to get everything out. That's what it's for, right? So if that happens and you see everything come to the surface of your hair, just do another wash. Or what I do as well is you can use a lock brush and you can like help remove some of that stuff that's surfacing to the top, right? For the pomade, literally, see how much I took here? That's how much you want to take. Like, you don't want a whole lot, right? That's why your stuff will last you like a long time. You just want a little bit. And let me show you guys. See that? As you're doing your hair, you could literally just rub it in. Oh, I just put too much, but gotta go home and do my hair. Wait, see how I just rubbed it in? You guys see the difference? Like, you guys see the difference? Like, oh my gosh, look at that. You see how perfect that looks? Why am I whispering? That looks so bomb. But look at that. It just goes right in. That's all you have to do. Just a little bit goes a long way. And then you're fresh to death. Oh, like you got a fresh retwist. Right? You know what's crazy? My hair is dirty as hell, but you can't tell because I use peculiar roots. uh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. So this is what you do a little bit. This is what you're not gonna do. You don't need this. Don't do this. See that? Have you guys been guilty of this? Are you guilty of this? Don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Like, you're just wasting liquid. Look, well, this is pomade gold. You wasted pomade gold. Like, look at that. Get into it, yeah. Get into it, yeah. Loc Dear says she's guilty. You don't need a lot, my man. You don't need a lot. And then a pro tip you could do. So what I like doing is, say I retwist, right? And I only use a pomade on my edges. You can just refresh it like that. You can refresh it. And then you can put your oil. You just put a little bit of oil. Oops. Again, I told you. You could just seal it with the oil like that. So in the morning, when you tie it down in the morning, you get up, you be like, damn. And you could also just retwist with the oil. So right here, I'm gonna just put some more oil. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all don't get into it because my scalp is my hair is dirty, but you can't tell because I use peculiar roots. Look at that. Oh my god. Like, my products legit gives me, I'm not gonna say that. Oh my god. Okay. I have trouble with dry scalp, although I moisturize with water and oil. So okay, we're gonna get into that real quick. We have about 1 minute. Boo, boo, boo. I'm very happy for the 8 ounce. It's my favorite scent. Yes, I'm so late, but I fell in love with the mousse for my curly ends. Yes, the mousse is base. So I'm gonna show you guys what Loc Dear is talking about. So if you use the mousse and you have like nice curly ends and you embrace them, like these are how my ends look. Let me show you guys something. So you could just put the mousse and then braid it, and that's it. Or Loc Dear, you can do this. You can put some of the pomade to hold that curl. Oh god, she's gonna make it nice and bouncy. It's gonna go back. This is normal, by the way. This is normal for those who are like, the ends of my lock are curly. What do I do to fix it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, don't look all curly. I gave up my edges. They want to do a little tootsie roll even after I put the pomade on. Tie it down. So use your scarf, the satin scarf that you got in your box, your your anniversary box, and tie it down in the night and you'll be fine. Or do a 3-strand twist that will help you. I have trouble with dry scalp, although I'm moisturizing with water and oil. So this is a great point to make, because this is where a lot of people, you notice a lot of people always say, oh, all I need is water from my hair. All I need is oil from my hair. you're probably one of those people that's not what you need for your hair, and that's not all that's going to work for your hair. And that's why we create amazing ingredients together that's going to help you. So if you haven't tried our refresher spray, I highly recommend our refresher spray if you have dry scalp and water is not working for you. And also, depending on the oil that you're using, it may be too thick and it's probably clogging your pore, which is not allowing air to evenly distribute and go through your scalp and all that good stuff. So consider our aloe vera gel for your dry scalp. So you can literally put that directly on your scalp, and make sure you're not itching, because if you're continuously itching, you're not allowing your scalp to also heal. So make sure you're not itching, and your nails carry bacteria. So if you're continuously itching, you're just making it worse. Also, don't do this. Like, don't do that. Just wash your hair. So grab how long, let me know how long you've been locked and I'll tell you what to grab. But yeah, this is a great point for those who love to say, only water work for my hair. That's all I need. It doesn't work for all of us. Like, it just doesn't. Or put a rubber band on it and take it off for hours. Yes. If for the rubber bands, just be careful that you don't do it too tight, because you don't want to like start pulling it off and then damage your hair. Ashley said that was my problem. Too much. I think I got it now. Yeah, and that's why we try to do a lot of lives and stuff, y'all, to show you guys how to use a product, because we're used to using products the traditional way, where like what I just put on my hand, this is normal. Like if you're just using a normal product, right? But this is created for your locks. So because our products are created specifically for your locks, you just need a minimal amount, right? And so if you use a lot, it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. It's not going to do what it's supposed to do. And make sure you close your pomades and all that stuff. Once you're finished with it, close them up, all that stuff. I don't do a good job at that, but close them up. So if you've been locked for 4 years, then you're fully locked, I would assume. So just any of our kits on our website will work for you. And pretty much I would just say from now on, like, try the detox kit. The detox kit has like a full detox, and it has aloe vera gel, which I recommended, and it has a refresher spray. Try that one. That way you can thing. No, I don't recommend grease. Yeah, I don't recommend grease, because if she's saying her hair, her scalp is dry and she's using oil already, that means the oil is probably too thick for her scalp, and that's what's also adding to the dryness. Because a lot of the times we're assuming oil is a moisturizer and it's not. So if you're putting grease, it's going to be worse. You're welcome. What's that, Malcolm? What will moisturize your edge? Let me know what you were talking. Which product would moisturize your edge? To moisturize your edge, you could do what I just did. Like, put the pomade and then just spray the refresher over it. Moisturize in bliss. That will moisturize your head. Y'all, it's 7:05. I gotta go. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys the what I said I was gonna show y'all. The pomade. The pomade is in stock. I gotta get the cover. Oh, I feel like I'm getting old, y'all. Jesus. Get the pomade. Malcolm, let me know what you was talking about. Look at me showing belly. This, the pomade? Yeah, the pomade is used for like retwist. But if you want to, like, you can use it and then just add the refresher to the, like, over it. Like, that's a trick you guys could use when you're like right after you retwist your hair. You see how my hair like has like a nice softness to it? After I spray the refresher, you can do that. But I love you guys. I gotta go. Go grab the 8-ounce pomade to stock up on. Get ready for the holiday box to drop. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. If you guys have a question for me, I'll be answering questions tomorrow until 12. So hit me up in the DMs. More respect, all right? More respect. Bless up on the self. Love on the self. Grand rising. What you say? What you say in the evening? Grand nighting? I don't know. Grand nighting. Grand nighting. Grand nighting. Okay, make sure you guys text the word peculiar box to 1-833-640-1209. If that was too fast for you, go to our Instagram story and swipe up. I made it easy. Just swipe up, put in your number. That's how you can add yourself to our holiday box, which is gonna sell out in 24 hours or less. I just know it because always happens. But I love you guys. See you guys next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Make sure it's one word, Tawana said.